Go.
Welcome to the shed, where Miss Dream always has a story.
I'm Dreme, a black woman with many beautiful interconnecting identities. A few I will name at this moment as we get started on this podcast journey together. A Bostonian, born and raised in the inner city, Dorchester and Roxbury neighborhoods, to a teenage single mother who has my whole heart. An educator, I've been working with youth and children since my teenage years, and formally, I have been teaching almost a decade now. That's wild to think about. An entrepreneur, I am the founder of The Chair, a black and brown centered tech platform dedicated to supporting people on their hair journey, where you can design hairboards, connect to hairstylists, and share hair care tips for a more joyous experience. I have a workable site. My prototype, it took me 2 years to build, and now I'm on this adventure that you're currently on with me. My goal for this podcast is to share stories, black stories, educator stories, entrepreneurship stories, and hair stories. I want you to leave each episode with the opportunity to gain new insight, just a glimpse into my world or the worlds that are featured on my podcast, a little chuckle during your day or night, possibly a little anger to encourage you to advocate for justice, and hope to continue learning and dreaming. So come in and listen to the beautiful voices in the chair as they share their stories, starting with me.
Where we share stories in the chat.
Hello, everyone. This is Periana Staggers. Periana, can you please introduce yourself to the audience?
Yes, my name is Periana. I am a wife, a mama, an educator, and I wear so many more hats, but we'll leave it right there for now.
You have mentioned that you are a black woman and you've had conversations about hair with your students in higher ed. And so I was curious to know, do you have a memory of the first time you fell in love with your hair?
Oh, man. You know what? I think it was a few years after I went natural. So, just for context, I was a relaxer girl for
Mm-hmm.
the longest up until what was that? Was that sophomore year?
Yeah,
Did I get the big girl?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
I, decided I no longer wanted to relax my hair. I wanted to, fall in love with my hair at some point. I thought that I was going to cut it off, chop it, throw some conditioner in there, and beauty. Oh, and I mean, it was beautiful, but I also, it was a process. It was a process. So I remember after like cutting my hair, I would not wear my hair out.
Mm-hmm.
Was like, no, I have to cover this up. But I definitely remember once it got to like a length that I was comfortable wearing. When I first wore my cute little wash and go, I was like, okay, let me spray it, throw in some conditioner, some oils. And you couldn't tell me nothing. Just seeing my curl pattern in its natural state, something as small as that, it was just such a big moment for me. And I'm going to rock it. It definitely has progressed, though, over the years. Now I'm locked and I absolutely love my locks. My daughter's hair, she started her lock journey, but even before then, she's going to wear her cute little baby fro. I am like an advocate of the fro, no matter how short or long it is. But it took me a while to get there. But definitely think my first wash and go was that moment for me.
And
The first wash and go that I got right. Let me put that out there. Because we've had some iterations that I was looking kind of wild out here. But
and so, why do you think it took you a while to fall in love with the process of your natural hair?
like a lot of us were, like we were conditioned to think about like what beauty looks like. And I don't know about you, but I was conditioned that, my straight hair, my straight strands, that was beauty. And my curls, the kinks, no, I needed to fix that. So I think it was a process of unlearning for me first before I could get to that piece of loving my hair. I had to unlearn all these things about literally the hair that grows from my head before I could get to a place of self-love as it relates to my hair.
And on this journey of self love with your hair, what has been helpful?
You know what? I think being in community with other folks who see my hair, their hair, our hair, beautiful, literally in its natural state. I think that was a big piece of it. The other piece was negating those sideways comments that may come from, people that we love, but negating those comments as they're just not there. This is not their journey. This is my journey. And really feeling like empowered in that, I think. But then also just seeing like so many others, whether it be on social media or in person, and, just basking in that beauty.
Where we share stories in the chair.
Look, it's my commercial. We will be right back.
It's more than just a bad hair day. It's a journey. Finding the right hairstyle isn't easy, nor is finding the right stylist or the right products. Looking in every corner of the web gets messy, overwhelming, and exhausting. All the ads, the articles, the products, the videos, it shouldn't be this hard, but it is. And now, it isn't. The Chair. A black and brown centered platform where you can design hairboards, connect to hairstylists, and share hair care tips for a new, joyful path on your hair journey. Avoid the clutter, save yourself hours, months, and even years of research and poor trial and error. Everything you need and only what you need is in one place. Hairboards made by people like you, for you. Find the right products, the right people, the right answers for you, stress-free. Join the Chair community and make every day a great hair day. When you share your pain, you allow others to help you. And when you share your success, you help others get theirs. Lean on the Chair. We got you. No stress, no strife. In the chair. The chair. The chair. All right.
Oh, and if you're interested to learn more about my experiences as a Black woman and educator in Guangzhou, China, I wrote my first ebook titled Nowhere and Everywhere, Captured Emotions of a Beautifully Broken Love Story. It is on lulu.com. Take a read and see some beautiful photography of mine. Enjoy the rest of the show. How do you see yourself pouring that self-love now early with your girls?
Yes, letting them wear their hair out however they want to wear, their hair. So if we're rocking the fro, we're just going with it. Or you know what? You wake up and your hair might be all over your head, little baby, but you know what? It's still beautiful. Still beautiful. So I think really focusing on just making sure that they feel affirmed in their beauty, their hair, and everything else that comes along with it. But, acknowledging that they do also go to a very diverse school. So they're seeing, these kids with different hair and just, making sure that they know like it's absolutely okay to be different. She's beautiful. Her hair is beautiful. And so are you and your hair, and yours is different and it's versatile, and you can do all these things with it, but also making sure that we have books that are representative of their hair and the different styles that they can do with their hair. So our Black library is It's growing, but it's on point. It's on point. But I think that is so important because they're not going to get those sorts of things in school. So it's on us as their first educators to make sure that they're getting those things.
And when you come in contact with new Black mamas, when they talk about they're on their hair journey and they may not have started it in college like you did, and they're starting now because they've lost hair when they had their babies, and so now they're on their new hair journey, and then now they're invested in their little baby's hair journey, what advice do you have for them?
You know what? Just the fact that like you are starting this journey is enough in itself to keep you going. But just making sure that they know you define, what your hair journey looks like. You define what your beauty looks like. But just making sure that they know that they are in the driver's seat of what that journey looks like, and not to let anyone else define that for themselves or their babies. It's not a linear curve. That journey just looks different for everybody. And I think that's okay. And we should all be okay with that.
And so on this lock journey, the fact that you've found these beautiful hairstylists along your way, do you feel like they've helped you along this journey with you?
Absolutely. The loctician that I found after moving to Dallas, she, not only does my hair, but she tells me how to take care of it and how to nourish my strands. And she's just amazing all around. And that's why I really wanted her to start my daughter's lock. Someone else started mine like back in Illinois, but, she was great. But I feel like I didn't get that like education piece. So now, I know that I'm going to go to the shop and she's going to drop some tidbit of advice for me or some little piece of education for my hair to keep it growing and flourishing and all of these things. But she also pours in that empowerment piece too. Every time my daughter is there, she's like, oh, your locks are gorgeous. They're going to be so long and beautiful when you go to grade school and XYZ, every time. And I'm like, I absolutely love it. It's the cutest thing. And then being able to find a braider who is comfortable braiding over my locks, acknowledging that, I'm not trying to hide the fact that I, have locks. I want a different style. I'm all about versatility. And that was one of my reservations about getting the locks. I'm like, I'm not going to be able to change my hair like as much as I want to, but she gets it. And she's able to, do whatever style I need over these locks, no matter how long it takes.
Oh, that's amazing. And I'm so happy that your hair journey is just getting more and more complex and more beautiful as you go along, and you're bringing more people with you.
Yes, we got to lift as we climb, right?
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Periana, for sitting in the chair and sharing your stories. I truly appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for taking the time to chat with me.
Welcome to the chair, where Miss Dreme always has a story.
Thank you for listening to an episode of The Chair. I, of course, would love your continued support. Let me know what you think of this episode by doing all the things. Subscribe, comment, and come back next week, every week. Enjoy the rest of your beautiful day, or if you are like me, enjoy that moonlight and that one star under all your city lights. Love you. Talk to you later.
The chair.
How long I gotta wait for a press record?
Go.
We support her. Shit.
Do your Welcome to the chair, where Miss Dreme always has a story. Where we share